Welcome to Internet Killed the Video Store.
Alright, after a little mid-season break, we've got everybody back on the pod today. Ben and Max both here.
Hello.
Ready for your last semester of school, Max?
That's right.
We tried to record this 2 nights ago, but my internet dropped out, so we're on our second try, of course. It just seems fitting with this group. It never goes right the first time. But now we have the answer to what we've all been waiting for anyways in hand, which is who's going to be the MTV VMA Video of the Year presented by Burger King winner. So we can talk about how Taylor Swift three-peated, and she's won more than anybody ever. Isn't that exciting? Brought to you by Burger King.
Huh.
Oh, are we in the middle of another ad?
No, the Video of the Year is brought to you by Burger King. MTV sold the rights.
Huh.
So it's the Video of the Year brought to you by Burger King.
Okay. And
Yeah.
Taylor Swift won that?
Yeah, of course. Right?
Okay. Gotcha.
Everybody expected that.
I didn't know about any of that.
No, the last music video I think I watched was Childish Gambino. Do you guys watch music videos at all?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
You'll seek them out
Yeah.
on like YouTube.
Not really seek them out, but if they fall in my lap and they got a good thumbnail, then sometimes I'll try it out.
Yeah.
What was the Childish Gambino? Was it the This Is America?
Yeah, that one was great.
music
That was the
video?
one that like everybody
a
stopped
cool
and
one.
watched for a second. But outside of that, I can't think of like a memorable music video that isn't like 10 to 15 years old. I just feel like the music video as a medium has been so devalued in like the post social media age. Like they used to feel so important growing up in the peak TRL days, and now they've lost virtually all of their cultural significance. I mean, it probably doesn't help that MTV doesn't and hasn't really even played music videos for 20 years now.
Yeah.
It's just 24-hour blocks of ridiculousness reruns.
It's the worst.
That Rob Dyrdek show anyways. Like they don't
They're not a real channel anymore.
it doesn't seem
they just
like
do
it.
reruns.
They just show the internet on TV and Rob Dyrdek reacting to it.
Oh, gosh. Oh, so that's like a... Wait.
It's like a Tosh.0 but with
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's the worst. Did you guys do anything fun over the summer? I know Ben went to the Green Day concert. Can we stall him anymore before we just talk about the Green Day concert? Max, you got anything?
Yeah, I had a really good summer. The summer rocked because I was able to work from wherever.
Oh yeah.
And so I decided to do that on Lake Syracuse, where my parents have a place. So that was really nice, getting to spend time with them and take breaks from work and go kayaking and shit and take the boat out at night with them. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
And then one of my friends got married out in Bend, Oregon. So the whole crew went out there. That was crazy. And then we drove down the coast and did some fucking whale watching.
Nice.
And
Did you see any?
that was insane. We did.
Nice.
Yeah, we saw some gray whales. And then made it to San Francisco, which was very cool as well. Saw that big-ass bridge. You guys heard of that thing?
Yeah. I like all the seals on the dock. That was my favorite part of San Francisco. Did you guys go see like where all the seals hang out right off the pier?
Did not see that.
So
no.
many.
We saw Alcatraz.
Yeah, it's around there.
Went out to Alcatraz. Got a tour of that dungeon.
Oh, you went out to it? Nice.
hmm And we took a Waymo car at one point because my dad saw those.
What's a Waymo car?
It's a driverless car.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Of course, that's in San Francisco.
We took an AI car.
Nice.
Yeah, my dad was pretty set on doing that, and I was curious about it, even though I've seen a lot of stupid videos of them and read about them getting into all kinds of mischief, so I was nervous.
So is Waymo the service name, or is that like the brand
think
of
so.
car?
What's the difference?
I didn't know
What do you
if
mean?
like they could just make any car, like a self-driving car, or does it have to be
Oh.
like a...
They all looked the same, I think.
Yeah.
Like, all the ones I saw were the same model.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I don't know. It might be like Toyota makes it for
Right.
Waymo. I don't
Get like a
know.
Waymo
I didn't pay attention.
Premium and like a Cybertruck picks you up. So, all right, Ben. This is what you've been waiting for. What'd you think of the Green Day concert?
It was fucking awesome, dude.
Better than the first time you saw them?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, yeah, I was also like 9 the first time I saw them. So
Yeah.
it was way cooler. It's actually, I thought it'd be good, but it was better than I thought it'd be.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
I was super impressed. Like, I don't know, just the endurance to bust through like 2.5 hours of material straight, like 37 songs, I think was the set list. Like, that's just insane. And the only real break they took was when Trey came out and did All By Myself as like the secret song. Like, other than that, they just slammed through it quick.
What did you think about the orchestral backing of that song?
I don't know. It was funny. I was wondering
was
if they're
cool.
even gonna do it. To be
Me
honest, I was like, is this okay to do in 2024? The weird masturbating song at the end of the CD, but I think they made it all right. They made it funny and harmless instead of like weird and creepy.
Yeah.
But yeah, they kept doing those weird little like 2 or 3 chords of like another song, and then like singing like Free Fallin', and I think they did one with Jack and Diane.
Yeah, no, they didn't do Jack and Diane when I was there.
Sucking on a Chili Dog. It was one of those like old 80s rocker songs. But did they do that at your show where they did like he'd just play a couple chords and get the crowd to sing like
Yeah.
American Girl or like some there was a couple
he
random
did
like classic
Free
rock
Fallin'.
songs.
He did
Was it
Free
Free
Fallin'.
Fallin'?
Then he like
Yeah.
played some like other like random licks and
Okay, so grab your guitar right now and play like the opening to Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
I know it's already Oasis.
I know. I didn't know it was
Yeah,
Oasis, but I was
dude.
like, "Oh shit, he's gonna start singing Wonderwall."
No, it's the
And
same shit.
he didn't.
Nope. I did when I was
It's
there. I
I did too.
Yeah.
I was like, "This is gonna be it. He's gonna do Wonderwall now." And it's like, "Oh no,
No.
it's Boulevard of Broken Dreams."
I already knew. Yeah. No, that's
on,
because the mashup came out like after that song came out of both those songs. Oh yeah, when mashups became a big thing, that was out.
Did everyone start singing that Pink song on accident when they played that one?
They should have. They did play the Pink song, which was surprising.
I can't believe they even let that make the album. Like, not even because I think the song is the worst ever. It's because, like, it so blatantly sounds like Pink. I just don't understand.
It definitely should have been cut.
Yeah, man.
B-side. I was shocked they played it live. I think I told you earlier. We were trying to like plan out like what time it was going to start and get over and all that stuff. So we found on Reddit somebody posted their whole set list. And like we talked to James DeBello about that Run Pee website where like the best time to go pee during a movie is.
Yeah.
And so we basically did the same thing with Green Day where my wife was like, all right, I'm going to go. When should I go? I'm like, okay, go right here when they play Know Your Enemy because then they're going to bust out a bunch of the new shit and you'll be fine. You won't miss anything at all. And they played Know Your Enemy super long with like somebody out of the crowd
Yup.
doing one of the verses.
Yup.
So yeah, it was perfect. And then they played the Pink song and the Taco Bell song.
I like Taco Bell song, though.
Yeah, man, it was just insane. I don't know that I've been to a concert that big with like 40,000 people. That was nuts.
I know, dude. And yeah, and it was a big concert, but it still felt intimate.
I had to sit down at some point because I got tired. So I just took a knee during Boulevard of Broken Dreams. I was like, I don't need to stand for this one.
I didn't sit down once, dude. Even the songs that like I didn't like, I just rolled my eyes
Yeah.
and just like unwillingly sang along.
They played great, man. Like, I'm just surprised how well those 3 dudes have like gelled together for this long. Like,
I
usually you're gonna
know.
have some fallout or something, but to essentially have these 3 friends meet up and start a band as teenagers, put out music and tour for 30 years and become millionaires together, like it's just crazy to think of.
I feel like they almost like accept being role players or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think if anybody's poised to be like not from an impact stance or like an output stance, but just somebody that's touring in their 70s, I think Green Day is going to be like our generation's Rolling Stones, who's like still
Yeah.
touring when they're all like 70, 80 years old.
I think so too. I can see it.
And
for
their
sure.
songs are so simple. It's not like they're going to like,
Yeah.
they can pull it off.
Oh yeah.
What'd you think of the Smashing Pumpkins?
Super good. I just was annoyed by his coat. That was it.
The giant Pope coat.
Yeah, the giant vampire Pope coat. I was like, what's this guy doing?
They're definitely a weird group. I mean, Billy Corgan himself, and then you had like, I think they got their new guitarist off of YouTube, just like open submission tryouts because they needed a traveling guitarist.
Is that the girl?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't.
And
Yeah.
she was like headbanging and super into it. And then you had like some other girl playing acoustic guitar in the back, just kind of wandering around singing every once in a while, but you couldn't hear her.
Yeah, and then Billy Corgan didn't talk at all. Like,
Yeah.
not one bit. It was so fucking
No stage
weird.
banter.
None. He just had the guitarist do it,
Yeah.
and it wasn't even good banter. It was just like,
Hey.
hey, he kept saying Detroit Rock City, Detroit Rock City, like not
Thanks,
even.
Green Day.
Yeah,
I prefer no banter. I think
Yeah.
that's the way to do it, is just not say anything.
it depends
Yeah,
on
I
who
mean-
it is. I think.
For sure.
Green Day didn't have
Yeah.
a ton either.
I guess I prefer the bands that wouldn't banter.
Yeah, Green Day didn't have a lot, but like you said, they had to crank through 37 songs. Usually, there's a lot more fucking AOs you got to sit through
Yeah.
in Haze.
He did a lot of AOs, man. I could have done so much less
Yeah, but-
AOs.
It's usually twice as much though, Ryan.
That's too much. Like, I went into that like really appreciating it. But then probably like the 2 weeks since the concert, I've listened to nothing but Siamese Dream and Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, just super into Pumpkins. And I don't want to listen to Green Day at all for a while. Like it was almost too much.
I don't know. That dude is definitely he will sense if there's not enough energy in the crowd, and he will make sure that like he fixes it within 10 seconds. Which
Yeah.
I can see how it's annoying for people, but also like I respect it too.
You can tell he's the theater kid.
Yeah, he is.
But you guys had like a safety issue at your show in Detroit, right? They shut the show down for a second.
Yeah, man. So they're playing Longview, and it's in the middle of the interlude where he's talking about how he lost all his motivation.
Yeah.
And so then they all just run off stage and stop playing. Everyone's like, ha ha ha, like, I've got no motivation. That's funny.
It's like a gimmick or something.
Yeah. But no, like, I looked at Haley, I'm like, I think this might be real. She's like, no way. And then they just don't come back out on stage.
Huh.
And the lights kind of come on and the screen says, show paused. And yeah, they don't come back out for another 10 minutes. Then you kind of replay it in your head. You rethink what you just saw. It's like somebody comes out there, grabs Mike by the arm.
Yeah.
Billy hears something, runs to, then they all just dip.
Yeah.
And they leave the crowd out there. And then everyone looks up and there's a fucking drone in the sky.
Oh, it was a drone.
It was a drone just chilling. And everyone's like, that's probably supposed to be there, right? And then all of a sudden they came back on and the drone was gone.
Yeah.
Then you look up the articles after and that's what it was.
That's kind of scary. You're in this and everything. People get rushed off stage. We're a month away from a terror plot being foiled at a Taylor Swift concert and the president assassination attempt.
Yup.
It's sad that's got to be like in the back of your mind anytime you're in a group that big, but
I think that's what everyone thought. We were all looking up,
Right.
like people were looking up on buildings and shit, but nobody heard a shot.
Yeah.
You didn't hear anything, so everyone was just thinking it had to be that drone, and it was. It's probably just taking fucking pictures and videos, but
right. I would assume it's harmless, but I don't know. You do hear people like strapping explosives to those things in other countries and using them as weapons.
Yeah. Other countries, our country doing it in other countries. But,
Well, yeah, that too. Right. I've been super heavy into Smashing Pumpkins. I didn't realize that Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness record went diamond.
Oh shit, I didn't either. That's really
10
cool.
million copies.
Did you get to see Rancid at all?
Yeah, we did watch Rancid. We were in the drink line for most of Linda Linda's. So we didn't see them.
Dude, we were pulling up, and Haley was like, I'm so glad I'm not watching those guys.
When we finally sat down and watched Rancid, Chris was like, oh, good. I was afraid the sound system was really bad here. That must have just been the Linda Linda.
Dude, when we were walking around the stadium, I didn't know who the Linda Lindas were, who was open. I just thought that, like, somehow fucking Rancid got, like maybe one of Tim Armstrong's kids' friends to, like, open the show.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, who is this local band? It sounded fucking awful, dude. Sorry, Linda Lindas.
That was the other thing. So Chris is like, make me a playlist because I want to sing along, for going. So it's all Rancid, Smashing Pumpkins, Green Day. And like a day or two later, I'm like, okay, you think you're prepared? She's like, all of these singers sound so weird. Like I can't understand the words to anything Tim Armstrong's saying, anything Billy Corgan's saying, anything Billy Joe's saying. Like they all have like singing speech impediment.
They do.
It's a strange group of singers.
It really is.
But you don't actually have to know like the lyrics. I don't know the lyrics to most of them. You just make like the sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just sounds like weird ska street punk Cartman.
Yep.
You guys want to know what the last album to go diamond is to sell 10 million copies?
No.
You have any guess?
I don't know, a Taylor Swift album.
No, it actually isn't Taylor. The last two were both Adele.
Dang.
2011 and 2015 were the last times anyone went diamond. I think the Hamilton soundtrack is the next runner-up on the list, but other than that, yeah, not even Taylor.
Streams over sales, though, right?
Yeah, I think most everyone has adapted to streaming everything instead of purchasing it. Music, movies, whatever. Like, one, it's crazy how selling 10 million records was so commonplace at the height of CD sales in the late 90s that, like, bands like Creed and Nickelback had diamond-certified albums, but also they keep making these mythology building biopics about musical geniuses overcoming all the odds to become legends. Like they're doing another Bob Dylan movie. And I just want somebody to make a warts and all biopic on a band like the Smashing Pumpkins or like Guns N' Roses, who were the biggest fucking thing on the planet for like 18 months and then just burned it all to the ground. Like that story is way more fascinating to me. Show me that arc. Did you guys see anything about the new Linkin Park singer?
A girl?
Mm-hmm.
So just to set this up a little bit better, Linkin Park's lead singer Chester Bennington died in 2017. The band went on hiatus immediately after, but they started teasing a major announcement just like very recently, and that they had like a countdown clock on their website. It turned out to be the announcement of a world tour, brand new album, and a new lead singer named Emily Armstrong. Who's previously in a band called Dead Sarah. But, I should also point out that even though Chester Bennington joined the band in 1999 and was on their debut album, Hybrid Theory, which was also went diamond, by the way, he was not one of the original founding members of Linkin Park, even though he's on all their records. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them, like, continuing with the name at all. That seems just kind of weird. Like, I used to be a purist of, like, if you change out any members, you should change your band name, which is very extreme and obviously, like, unreasonable.
Also something you didn't follow.
No, not at all. But it does seem weird to change out your lead singer and still keep the name.
I don't
Yeah.
know, dude. Like, just to save yourself the confusion of people finding the new band, I would do it. If I was Linkin Park, there's no fucking way I would change my name.
It's a marketing
yeah.
tool, but, like,
Yeah.
Linkin Park has the money. Like, they need their next record to be a hit. They can go out and start a new band, can't they?
I don't know, dude. I'm not checking their bank accounts. I don't fucking know. I don't
would
think they're like
think.
the
I mean,
hugest band.
They're pretty fucking big.
Yeah.
They are, but I just have no sense for like, oh, a band that was huge in the year 2000 and had like
Right.
one huge record and then
Yeah.
had like a very loyal fan base after that, but like one huge record and then like what was that huge single they had? They're, like, third.
Singles, Meteora,
Yeah, I guess like
Hybrid
two.
Theory,
No. Obviously those, but
Linkin Park hater. Holy shit.
I love Linkin Park. When did I say I hate them?
You didn't say you hated them. It just sounded like you weren't digging it. Digging
No,
them.
I'm defending them. You guys are hating on them, saying they
True.
should change their name and shit.
I think they should change their name. Without Chester, apparently his son has come out, like, in opposition to them continuing without his dad as the singer.
Oh,
And he
dang.
says he's getting, like, death threats from
mean-
Linkin Park fans.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
but like, I don't know, dude. Like, obviously, all condolences to the family and everything, but like, it's not their band,
Right.
you know.
I get that.
And it's not anyone's band but their band. They should get to do what they want with it.
It's gone worse now that it's come out that the girl they chose is apparently a Scientologist who was on the wrong side of the Danny Masterson case and tried to vouch for his character when
That sounds like a whole other can of worms.
It is.
Yeah, Max,
so
what now, dude?
that is after the fact.
I mean, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
defend
that's after
that.
the fact, right?
I know, I'm just
But-
kidding, dude.
Yeah, let's clarify the separate cases against Linkin Park,
I do have
one
to
at
admit,
a time.
I was vaguely interested when the rumor was that the reason that Sum 41 was breaking up was because their singer was going to go join Linkin Park.
Ooh, that'd be awful.
You don't think you could do it?
No.
He's no Chester Bennington, that's for sure.
No?
I don't think so.
No
Are we
way.
talking about the main guy, the guitar singer?
Yeah. The guy
Well,
that
you don't
always
ever
looks
know,
like he's-
dude. There was that drummer that rapped and like,
Right.
I think the bassist had a microphone.
He did, yeah.
They were trying to do like a Beastie Boys thing.
The drummer did rap. Oh my
Yeah,
god. Why would they do that?
it worked.
Yeah.
Everyone loved it.
They only did it for like 2 songs too. That's the thing. It's like hey, we need to make sure we have a drummer that can rap
Right,
for two
these
songs.
2 songs. I'll bet they did it for more. We just didn't know about those songs.
Yeah,
I don't
those
know,
are the ones
dude.
that got
Did you ever
wide.
get like into a whole
Yeah.
Some 40? Really? Which one?
Those first 2 records are good.
Ryan,
See,
what was it called,
was
Ryan?
later for me. It was go ahead.
Second and third, I would say. All Killer, No Filler, which is the one with Fat Lip.
What's
That
the
one's
one
really
you
good.
made me listen to front to back?
That was probably it.
No, it was Is
Does
this
This
thing
Look
infected? Yeah.
That one's okay.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
But there's no rapping.
I think that's the one I really liked. That one was like a little darker for by some 41 standards.
I mean, they did a full-on metal record after
Yeah.
that. Was it Chuck or Chunk?
Yeah, I didn't get into that. You can't get metal on like your 5th album. I don't think that works.
Yeah. So are there any frontmen you think you could transplant from one band into another and have it like continue on successfully?
I can't any for Chester.
Not for Linkin Park. Yeah,
No.
Linkin Park's a hard niche to fill. Because he's got all those like soft ballads, and then he goes super hard.
The dude can
He was a
fucking
great-
scream.
Great
Yeah.
singer.
I mean, there's news that the dude from Black Midi is done, the singer, with his new side project, solo project, I guess. Why don't we get Surge from System of a Down to sing for Black Midi? That would fit, right?
I mean, I think that's a wasted opportunity for Black Midi to maybe have a good singer for the first time.
Wow, you don't like Surge?
Weren't you the one that was hating on him?
No, I like him.
You don't like Surge?
Okay, well,
What?
I like System.
let me just pull up the tape because I definitely remember you clowning on his like vocal affectation.
Really? I mean,
Yeah.
it's a little goofy, but so is Black Midi. That's why I feel like it fits.
Who the fuck is Black Midi?
All right, well, you definitely changed on that. I like when the bassist sings
Yeah.
in Black Midi. He's a better singer by my, for me.
No.
No, yeah, what's his name? I didn't think that was his name. What are you calling him?
Surge Tankian?
Surge?
Yeah. Wait, are you thinking of the singer for Black Midi?
Wait, isn't that what we were talking about?
No, I'm saying the singer from System of a Down, Surge Tankian, should be the new singer for Black Midi. I did shit on the singer from Black Midi.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's why you're
now we got it
No,
straight.
so the singer for Black Midi's name is Jordy Greep. He has a solo album coming out, and he said Black Midi is essentially done as a band. So I thought we should replace him with Surge Tankian. Sorry.
Yeah, because
Confusing.
I remember you not liking the singer for Black Midi.
I have rarely
You're
spoken.
saying you do like the singer for System of a Down.
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
There's never been any confusion about that.
I was thinking about that question though, and I always wanted to hear, like, I love Davey Havoc from AFI.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think he's a great singer, one that I like a lot, has a lot of good versatility, but I feel like I never heard him do softer music that was actually good.
Yeah.
I would fucking love to hear him in like a Small Brown Bike or like Not a Surf type band.
Not
I
a
think that
Surf,
would be
dude?
so sick. I think that would be so sick.
We need to get Davey Havoc his, like, Fugazi project.
What he's always wanted, or like The Cure,
Yeah.
He's always wanted to be Morrissey, I think.
You think
But,
so? For real?
Yeah, I think so.
What band could we stick him in?
He could be in Linkin Park, actually, now that I think about it.
He's good.
He could
Yeah.
actually hit both
That
those.
wouldn't be bad.
No, it's funny. I said nobody could do it, and then the first person Max brings up, I'm like, yeah.
He'd be good.
He could.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a bunch of good vocalists that I want to see and stuff, but I don't know if, like, Zach De La Rocha in Metallica would work as much as it sounds funny.
What's he in again?
The singer from Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, right. I knew that sounded familiar.
Master of Puppets, I'm calling your name.
That
Oh
would
my
be
God.
interesting.
All right, do we want to skip ahead to the Sumbo results? Ben, do you have any transplants or just get into the Sumbo?
How about the singer from the Transplants
Tim Armstrong?
Into Rancid.
into no band ever save everybody.
Dude, they got more radio time than Rancid did.
Transplants?
Yeah, because they made
That fucking Diamonds and Guns song was in a shampoo commercial.
Yep. People don't even know who the fuck that band is, but they know that song. And I
Right.
think, Fall Back Down and Time Bomb are like better songs for sure.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, a lot of Rancid's songs are better songs than, like, I remember listening to that Transplants record more recently, and I was like, wow, they actually just wrote one song and then copy pasted like 10 times.
Yeah.
It is so bad. There is
Yeah.
nothing there. It is like friends that got drunk one night at a party and like wrote a song and then got fucking carried away and made it a whole project. But then they got on the radio.
They did.
Yeah.
I mean, Diamonds and Gun is fucking catchy, but
That's what happens when Travis Barker's in your band. I mean,
Yup.
let's be honest.
that's what I was gonna say.
That's
That
the
drum roll
difference.
leading up to the little thing is so good.
Yeah. All right. We got the results for the Sumbo 24.
Oh,
if you're
this
ready
just
for 'em.
in.
I think we can call it. The race is over, even though Ben's first round pick is still making some decent money.
Let's go.
We'll start off with Ben's team. On Team Ben, your first round draft pick was Fall Guy, made $93 million. Second pick, fourth overall, was Beetlejuice, $132 million so far. It's cranking in the money. After that, you had Twisters, which turned out to be like the fourth biggest movie of the summer, $265 million. That was your biggest earner.
Yeah.
And then you had Horizon, Chapter 1, made $29 million.
I didn't know what that was.
The Kevin Spacey movie. It did so poorly that they've indefinitely
Costner.
pulled Chapter 2. Or yeah, Kevin Costner, not Kevin
I was gonna
Spacey.
say they uncanceled him.
No, Kevin Costner. has canceled himself with how poorly this is done.
Good.
Chapter 2 is not scheduled for a theatrical release anymore, and even though he says he's got most of the Chapter 3 shot, it doesn't sound like, why would he go through with it at this point?
And Chapter 4, what's going on with Chapter 4?
I don't know. The whole proposed multiple release summer has kind of backfired because Horizon got derailed, and then The Strangers also has like a whole trilogy of movies filmed, but the first one bombed and nobody said anything about the other two that are completed movies. So they'll probably get sold off to a streamer at some point. But yeah, the whole experiment of releasing a movie and its sequel within the same year seems to have imploded.
It used to work. Didn't Matrix do
Has
that?
it? Oh yeah, The Matrix did it.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings basically did it, but those are extreme cases.
Those were both very unique cases. Yes. But Horizon was not your biggest bomb. It was Borderlands.
Oh no.
$100 million budget, made 15.
Yeah.
It's weird to like root for a company, but like because Disney and Universal and Warner owns everything, it just bums me out that Lionsgate had such a bad summer with Borderlands making $15 million and The Crow making $9 million.
Oh.
Like they both were horrendous.
Jeez, OP, dude. That is awful. Yeah. Were they bad? Were they actually bad, or did they just not make money?
I mean, Borderlands wasn't good, but it wasn't terrible. Eli Roth has definitely made worse movies than Borderlands. I will go out on a limb and say Kevin Hart has made worse movies than Borderlands.
Well, that sucks because I feel like the concept is actually cool.
I don't know.
I never played the games. Or actually, I played a little bit of one of them, and the little robot sidekick thing annoyed me, and then I just stopped playing it.
I think that the trailers might have done them a disservice. I mean, at least for me, that told me everything I needed to know.
The CGI was horrible. The casting was weird. It seemed doomed.
Yeah, the casting is weird.
It looked like a rip-off of every James Gunn movie.
Yeah, it definitely was going for like the found family angle, and then to have Cate Blanchett be like your snarky lead when she's like not got any of that like
That's not
humorous front person charisma going on.
Yeah.
It was very odd.
The lineup seems like it's better for like one of those like The Rock and Kevin Hart movies.
Yeah, and Kevin Hart is like
something like that.
Kevin Hart is playing like the straight man action hero mercenary. Like he's not even doing Kevin Hart, which
oh my god. And then what's Jack Black doing?
He's the voice of the annoying robot that made me quit the game.
Oh my god.
So, not good. So your grand total came to $534 million.
Let's go. Was that good?
That's a strong third place.
Ah, third?
Let's go.
Your total is less than Max's highest grossing movie on its own.
Oh, jeez.
My team in second place, I had Deadpool and Wolverine, which made $615 million.
Holy shit. And you said I made 5?
Yeah, so again, I had a movie make more than your 5 on its own. Deadpool and Wolverine is the highest grossing R-rated movie ever released, and Deadpool now is in 3 of the 7 highest grossing R-rated movies ever.
Wow, so
pretty insane. Second for me was A Quiet Place Day One. That made 139, and then Garfield, 92 million. That was my big blunder. I picked Garfield over Inside Out 2.
Oh no.
But Furiosa with 67 million didn't do me any favors. And then
better than 15.
Well, I picked Harold and the Purple Crayon as my 5th movie just because it sounded funny, and that was 17 million. It still made more than Borderlands.
A name I haven't heard since you said it on the other podcast.
And then, yeah, Max was a behemoth. It hasn't officially gotten there yet, but I'm confident it will, where all 5 of your movies made over $100 million.
Sorry.
Your lowest earning movie is Alien Romulus. It has 98. It's like right there.
I had to pick that too. There was nothing left.
Planet of the Apes made 171. Bad Boys for Life made 193 million. Despicable Me 4, which was taken first overall, actually ended up only doing 358.
Yeah.
Actually underperformed a little bit.
It did because of Inside Out.
Right. It was still the 3rd highest grossing movie of the summer, but yeah, Inside Out 2, which was taken 6th overall, made $652 million.
Wild.
Highest grossing animated movie ever released.
I mean, that was like what Barbie was last year.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't predict that.
Nobody anticipated it.
I knew Inside Out 2 was going to be big. I think we all did, but like,
not bigger than Garfield.
Not. Exactly.
But yeah, overall, there was a couple undrafted that snuck in there. It Ends With Us, the Blake Lively romantic comedy, made like $142 million. So that went undrafted, just sat there. Nobody snatched it up. If the John Krasinski directed animated movie ended up making $111 million too. Nobody drafted that.
Damn.
That was another one that sat there. And then Longlegs made, I think, $74 million, the Nick Cage neon horror movie. So there was a couple undrafted free agents that made some decent money, but none that really would have made a difference. Ben's total was $534 million.
Jesus, that's embarrassing.
My total was $930, and then Max's was $1,472 million. So around $1 billion more than Ben's team.
Golly.
So, Max, have you come to a decision? I know you were waffling on the Elden Ring. You were going to make us play that, and then you're like, well,
No,
it's going to take 10 hours before anyone enjoys themselves. And I was
yeah, I never really thought that was a great idea, but I do have a couple options. I've narrowed it down to like 2 that I think
Okay.
would be good, and they're both like stuff that I feel like you guys don't really watch that much. The first would be the first Lord of the Rings movie, which could be fun.
Have you seen it, Ben?
I
No,
haven't.
Ben hasn't seen it either.
So there you go.
No. I've seen clips, dude, but, you know.
No, whole thing. Doesn't have to be the extended edition. It can be. Or the other option, because I was thinking anime would be good, and I feel like Ghost in the Shell is probably the best introduction you're going to get to anime, because that movie fucking rules.
Okay.
So it was like Ghost in the Shell or Akira, but I feel like you guys would like Ghost in the Shell more.
Okay.
If you like it at all. I don't know if you'll like it at all.
Akira's the like big one everybody goes to, right?
I would say Ghost in the Shell is often in the conversation, but like,
Interchangeable, yeah.
but yeah, probably for the most part, people would say Akira, but I think I'll like Ghost in the Shell a bit more.
Mhm.
Akira is like more impressive from like a visual standpoint.
Yeah.
There's like some stuff in there that's like referenced 1,000 times over because of how unique and like cool it looked. But it is a really, like, Ryan, you might like that just because of being like an animation nerd. But yeah, what do you guys think? Fantasy or anime?
Dude, I don't care, man.
You don't
pick.
care?
It's your pick. I mean,
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I want it to be like, now I feel how I'm sure Ben felt the first time. It's like, well, I want them to like it, even though I do get to just...
what the fuck was that?
You on TikTok? Are you doing TikTok dances over
I
there?
got no TikTok.
Ben, stop dancing. I'm trying to talk.
What sucks is people will probably believe you.
We're going to edit this in a
Yep.
way so that they do. Fuck. All right, I'm just going to flip a coin.
I'm cool with whatever, dude.
Yeah, it's your choice.
Okay, if you guys are cool with whatever.
But I really kind of want it not to be.
All right, it's Ghost in the Shell.
Yes! I mean, okay. I'm good either way. I'll get to Lord of the Rings. They're around. I'll get to them one of these days.
They're pretty great. I just rewatched them all, and man.
You're second guessing yourself, just reliving it in your mind. I can see.
No, I'm just thinking about how much I love those movies. They're so fucking earnest. Like, they're just so heart on the fucking sleeve.
Yeah.
And the romance between, like, men in those movies is just unparalleled.
Whoa.
The bromance.
Yeah. It's just badass fucking dudes with swords also just being very sweet to each other and, like, singing sometimes and... Oh my God.
Patriot has all of that.
That's true. Patriot season 2 was in the mix, Ben. Believe
Was
me.
it?
Like, I'm not even fucking kidding, because it would have
No
been
way.
so funny to just make Ryan watch season 2.
That would have been super funny.
Wait,
Yeah.
have you seen it, Max?
No, but like, I don't mind watching it. I know you do.
I thought you were going to pick Suits.
I like Patriot. I might get around to season 2 at some point. I don't want to watch Suits, man. I'm watching
Suits is
Industry.
Good.
Industry?
Watch Industry.
Suits is good.
Isn't Industry like HBO's version of Suits?
Yeah. The way I think I've heard it described is like Succession meets Euphoria.
Oh.
Like, it's about these investment bankers in London that are
Horny?
all about making money, and they're very horny.
Yeah.
And especially in the earlier seasons. They're on season 3 right now, and I would say it's a bit less horny,
Yeah.
but the horniness that's there is pretty crazy at times.
Okay.
It's a tight show. I like it a lot.
Did either of you guys watch Beetlejuice? Or Beetlejuice, I should say.
No, I mean, I just haven't been able to make it to the theater. Is Michael Keaton in it?
He is in it. I don't know. It seems like everybody just wants you to be excited that it's not terrible. Like, look, this should have been terrible and it's not, but it's still not very good.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
That's like the new standard.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I read a quote when Michael Keaton was doing the press for this, talking about the Batgirl movie that he was in. And they were like, oh, were you disappointed that that movie didn't come out or whatever? And he's like, I had fun. I got a nice check. I don't really care either way. It's like, oh, that kind of explains a lot of the decisions you've been making lately.
Yeah. That's honestly kind of shitty.
Very shitty. Yeah, he definitely felt like he was in paycheck
Jeez.
mode a little bit in Beetlejuice. But I don't know. It is 30 years later. You can't really expect him to have the same energy that he was exuding in that movie. But
Yeah.
It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't very good either. Have you guys listened to any new music? I know we had a couple things on the rundown.
I haven't, dude.
I listened to a little bit of the new JPEGMAFIA.
Yeah.
Not enough to like really give a fair assessment. That being said, I don't think I'm gonna dig it as much as the last album that he did with Danny Brown.
Yeah. It's hard to top
I don't
that.
like comparing stuff, but it's hard not to because it sounds very similar.
Yeah.
And Danny Brown is not there, and I'm kind of reminded of some of like our criticisms of JPEGMAFIA as an MC from the last album. Still some really cool production stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really a fair criticism, but like when I hear an album I really like and then the next album just sounds too close to that, I just get kind of disappointed. Like, fair enough, dude. Like, do your thing. If you're having fun doing that, that's fucking awesome. But like, I just want to hear more ambition and like more progress in sound, and like I don't know if that's really fair because like he's way ahead on the production stuff from a lot of people. So to be like, well, you didn't also, make another giant step forward, probably not really fair. But it's just like something my brain does as a listener, as a person that's trying to find music that I like, where I'm just kind of like, shoot. And I don't necessarily like that I do that, but that's how I'm feeling about the new album after like giving it a once over. So
yeah, I've always kind of had the reservations about him as a vocalist. Like, obviously his production's always pretty insane.
Mm-hmm.
He's going a little more into like the rock rap hybrid of like Death Grips terrain this record, which I enjoyed. But there were definitely moments where it felt like, okay, was this leftover like cutting room floor stuff from Scaring the Hose that he just decided to do himself? But I'm still not super into his lyrical content, but I do think he's progressed a little bit as far as like delivery as a frontman.
I would agree with that.
I feel like his vocals are a lot more confident.
Yeah.
A lot stronger on this record than any of his solo records before this, but yeah, I listened to that, and I really got into the new Denzel Curry. Like, I was a little iffy on his last one just because it was a lot slower, but I like the weird, like, futurist production. And so his new record, it has this, what's he call it, like, ultra-ground sound, where it kind of, like, mixes, like, the trap, dirty South hip-hop with, like, the weird futurist stuff. And it's really fucking good. I wouldn't think those two styles would like blend as seamlessly as they do, but I don't know. That might be my favorite hip hop record, or one of them that's come out this year.
That's great. I got really into this artist named Tigran Hamasyan. I don't know if you've ever heard of him before.
No.
But he is a piano player, but he's definitely, like, you can tell, inspired by like hardcore and metal and like breakdowns. So his music kind of combines like jazzy stuff and then also that kind of stuff like metal and hardcore and shit. And djent, basically, like djent piano is definitely a component of it. But he just put out a new album and it's really fucking fast and frenetic. Like, he's just a crazy good piano player. So that's what I've been listening to a lot.
Is it just piano?
No, he's got like a full band.
Oh, okay, cool.
And he sings a bit too, but it's mostly instrumental. But yeah, there's some cool like synth sounds on the new record, which I think he's played around with a bit. I'm used to his records sounding a bit more acoustic, but this one is like just a very good mix of like electronic stuff and also acoustic instruments.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's fucking sick, dude.
We're listening to shit.
Yeah, I've like I said, I've just been listening to a shitload of Smashing Pumpkins. I'm like, yeah, I
Right.
can just listen to what I want to listen to and not feel like I have to listen to the new Post Malone album so I can
Oof.
defend myself when I pick Billy Woods and Prince Daddy as my favorite records of the year every year. It's been nice just taking a break, listening to what I want to listen to instead of feeling like I have to armor myself with all the new music that's released just in case I put out The Year in Tears and somebody pops up to say, wow, what about this one? I just finally gave myself permission to take a break and say, fuck it. I'm going to listen to Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness a million times on repeat because the world is a vampire.
For more, visit internetkilledthevideostore.com.